A South African delegation led by Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana is in Davos, Switzerland. And of course, they are trying to sell South Africa as an investment destination and to try and make deals for the betterment of the country. Well, for more on this, I'm joined by the Minister of Telecommunications and Digital Technologies, Mondli Gungubele. We were in conversation earlier, Minister. I hope our line has improved now. And you were saying that despite our challenges as South Africa, you continue to sell us to investors there, potential investors, because of course, with every story, there's the positive and the negative. But the next thing that I really wanted to ask you, Minister, was as Telecommunications Minister, what interesting topics have come out in your deliberations and exchanges with people from around the world there as it pertains to your particular portfolio, especially the area of digital technology and as well as artificial intelligence, and how that will ultimately impact South Africans?
Well, mainly for me here, it's not much about South Africa, but all the nations of the world coming together to deal with the general problems of the world. That's why our theme is in 4 aspects. AI as a driving force for the economy and society. All of us putting our heads together to achieve the security and cooperation in a fractured world. Also creating growth, jobs for the new era, and a long-term strategy for climate, nature, and energy. In other words, we're meeting here to put our heads together in that regard. But to respond to your question, indeed, we also came here as South Africa to actually exchange views with all our peers with regard to what we are doing in the technological space. One key thing that continues to be fundamental, central, to actually exploit the lever of the economy of the future, which is digital technology, is connectivity. And 2, meaningful connectivity in the sense that it should be affordable, in other words, accessible. People trained to use it effectively, and then it must be under conditions of security and so on. That's one issue. The other issue, which is actually becoming very strong, and that has been evolving over years, is the AI is taking a central stage with regard to speed and scale of productivity and improving cost of productivity, lessening that cost, and making sure that we work differently in a number of areas, be it health, be it issues of crime, be it issues of farming, and so on. And the other major issue that actually touched me very positively is where we were participating on the school connectivity. There's a gig championship in the world, which is about connecting all the schools. And remember, when the schools are connected, it means we're training the entire society, especially in developing countries, at a foundational level. Because non-connectivity and being in far-flung areas, having no access to internet, deepen divisions. That's what people say, that digitalization can either worsen the historic divisions or end them. Now, when you do connecting schools, especially in developing what we call communities, you are making sure that all humanity have got access to what is in the internet. They are able to upload their views, to download, and they are able to access opportunities. And children of the poor communities are able to access libraries or literature through internet using their phones and so on. So the issue of connectivity, and meaningfully so, is one of the fundamental issues that is actually taking upper interest here.
Yeah, well, we can't wait for that to actually translate in the South African context sooner rather than later. And Minister, perhaps you can tell us what's the mood like there, particularly with our US and European counterparts. Of course, the SA delegation got to Davos at a time when South Africa had just taken Israel to the International Court of Justice in relation to its bombardment on Gaza. I mean, these are obviously issues that people have different views about. Has that issue come up?
In the fora or sessions that I've attended, and even when we exchanged diary post a number of sessions, I have not come across that. And deliberately, what I've been doing here, I wear this scarf, South African scarf, deliberately, so that all around, I'm not a hidden identity. I have not received any negative, what to call, response wherever I've gone. For instance, not long ago, we were attending a session by Blinken, the Foreign Secretary of America, engaging us on his perspective of the geopolitics. Very, very fiery interview by Tom Friedman. You can imagine the type of people who were there in that session. Even there, I was with my staff. I didn't confront any negativity. I think it goes back to what the Minister of Finance said, Mr. Enoch Godongwana, where he said, why would anyone hate us for using established international institutions of peace resolution? Because are you saying we're not supposed to use it? And what is the alternative? The alternative is the war.
Yeah, no, understood, sir. So some view the annual WEF meeting as a meeting of elites with no direct impact for ordinary citizens. But from where you stand, what is the value of a South African delegation heading to Davos? What do you see as the material benefits year in, year out?
Let me speak because I'm coming for the first time in Davos. Looking at the work I'm involved in the past 9 months since I became a minister of this Department of Technology, looking at the things we're doing, the connectivity and its manifestation, the outcomes in Mount Elif, in Kokstad, and what we're going to do in Mudimule, how this impacts and the methodology. We follow models of partnership with business and so on, all the results that are coming out there. Coming here, I found it very reinforcing and improving even what we are doing. And the things we do have got an impact. And when you come here, you interface with other developing countries that are far ahead of you on what you are trying to do. So to me, it's quite fulfilling because, call it elite, but the knowledge we are getting here, we are using it to actually change lives of the poor people.
Minister, thank you so much for your time and your patience with the line. That was the Minister of Telecommunications and Digital Technologies, Mondli Gungubele.